I swear, can you all hear me? I just gotta check. Hey, himself, what's up? Thank you for the sub. I'm like not even kidding. I almost pushed stop streaming instead of changing my scene. I'm not even joking. I was like, at 0, I was like, oh. No, thank God. Oh my God. Hilarious. Hey, Piling, what's up? Do I really need rest? I do really need rest, yeah. Get some sleep. I'm okay with like sleep. I actually went to bed at midnight last night, which was great. So yeah, and I woke up at 7 and there were 2 projects that like were kind of due today that I just was like, you know what? I'm going to do them tomorrow. And I did. So, hey, Nana Banana, what's up? Come from her before that she's actually a robot. I am. That's true. Hey, Vimic, how's it going? Dota, my epic return. I don't know. Since what, Thursday? Oh, who's emotes? I love those emotes. Oh, I hear a VIP. Meh. Oh, it would have been rude, but hilarious. Do I have to pay to subscribe? No, Vera. So all you have to do, hold on a minute. Bye, Josh. What's up? How's it going? Hey, Greg Inc. How's it going? Alienated Worker. What's up? What's up? Chat moving. Yeah, I know. I got to catch up. 0 is stop and O is change scene. Vera, yeah. So are you still here? There you go. You don't have to pay to subscribe if you have Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you can, there's like, if you hover over my screen, which I can't do right now. Actually, I could probably do it. I could probably watch myself watching myself. Let's see if we could do this. So everybody, Vera is my best friend. We've known each other since what? How long? I mean, how long? It's been a really long time. Since 2nd grade. And actually, you can sit on my lap. I'm attempting to hover. Okay, no, give me a minute, and I'll look. And so she wants to support me with Prime, and so we're gonna have Cattail and Bestie. Hey, Madeline, how's it going? Hey, everybody, it's Madeline. Let me shout out some great people. I'm gonna shout out Vimic. Shout out to Vimic. And shout out to Madeline. It's so nice to see you. Both of you, everybody. I'm really glad to see everybody, actually. It surprises me sometimes. Let's go to Twitch. Y'all get to see who I follow. All right. And then I think we can... cat. We want to support Kitty Cat, too. Yeah, Vera's pretty great. Great people. Okay, so we're gonna do desktop right. Let's see who's on right now. Medallion Stallion's on. That's great. And Chat Nights. If you guys don't know, Chat Nights, always good. If he's doing software, you should give him some support because he's new. Also, Shivan C is great. Shivan. Yeah, you can subscribe for free when you have Prime. Yeah, it doesn't seem fair. Do content creators get less money then? I think so. I'm not sure. The top one must be a hot tub streamer. No, this is Words on Stream. Isn't that funny? I just play all the time. So actually sometimes when I love Foxty, but let's get a Medallion Stallion. Let's just look me up, right? My cat's sitting on my... All right, here, Chrissy Codes is apparently live right now. So there should be a way. See this, there's like if you hover over the TV, ooh, this is fun. Oh my God, if you gotta stop. I didn't know, I'm so sorry. So if you hover, there's a little Prime subscription and loot reminder right here. And so you can go over that and it should work. That should work. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I know, we're going in a tunnel. Yeah, you did it. Go, girl. All right, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome back to the smack. Oh, himself. Oh, no. Wait, what happened? You had to do that? Hold on. I don't remember how I did it last time. I think someone gifted you a sub last time. That's how you did it. This is a fishy name for words on stream. Oh, that's what it is. It is a fishy name, though. Yeah, we get the same. Twitch gets less? Oh, no, I don't know. Maybe that's true. I feel like I don't know. All right, let's go down. Let me catch up. Thanks, himself. That was silly. Oh, God, make it stop, Chrissyception. Oh, that was fun. Is that the coding rabbit hole everybody speaks of? Yeah, it was gifted. Himself, did I say she or he? Wait, hold on, I don't know. What did I say? I don't know if I misgendered you. I apologize. Can you tell me your pronouns? I'm himself, E. You said you go, girl. Oh, no. Oh, okay. It was, yeah, because I thought it was Vera. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I try my hardest not to misgender people, so I'm himself, E. Josh is now himself. Who was it so I can love them? It was himself, Vera. So, yes, and a great person to give love to. Absolutely. My name is literally a pronoun. I mean, well, I didn't even misgender himself. He just yelled at me for it. Anyway, I won't. Please, if I ever do that, correct me or whisper to me. I'm happy to know everybody's pronouns and use them correctly. I usually say them. I love them and thank you. I am impacted by the latency more than Chad is. Oh, you know I am. I have are you kidding me? Okay. So, today mispronounces my name. Pailang? Pailange. Is it Pailange? Is it all this time? Is the P silent? Is it just Ilang? It's pronounced Rupert. All the letters are silent. Okay, I got you. So Madeline, how you doing? What's up? Oh no, let's get out of here. We don't want Seption again. Ooh, 4 whispers. Oh, is that everybody giving me their pronouns? That's great. Thank you so much. Or that's one person giving me their pronouns 4 times. I know, right? Okay, that's from you. Okay. Good. Okay, I will. I wasn't about to open the whispers. What a flex. Oh my God, I'm so popular. Okay, good. Thanks, Madeline. That's good to know. Fish, anybody who has a gender neutral name, I try my best to say just them. So that, until I know them. Wait until you see her MySpace. Yeah. Popular. You're gonna be No, you're gonna be No. Popular. There we go. It was the wrong key. You're gonna be I don't know that part. Apparently, I just can't sing it on key because I don't know it. Okay, so my pronouns are fish. Bye. Wicked. I'm trying. Old sloppy. So rest. Yeah, let me chat about this a little bit. So at work, I just pushed a model change. So basically, we had an old hard-coded thing in the UI, and cat. Oh, we got cat. I only get them when I'm modding and someone gets banned. Gotta go for now. Okay, all right. See you, fish. Oh, is to just offer up a DM invite? I don't know. I only get them when I'm, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can see the cat. Come on, everybody wants to see you. Come on. Come on. Were you just gonna, all right, I'll just point at her. Make sure I'm not doxing myself. Not too bad anyway. She's just chilling. I know, I know. She's definitely, she'll sit on my lap later. Had the feature to auto save scans. Uh-oh, himself, is that going on the to-do list? We could bring Cat Cam. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Astro Singularity. What's up, cat? I constantly assume your background is a green screen. Yeah, no, it's not. You can tell because of that stupid chair. I always get mad at the chair not being pulled in. It's not. It's pulled in right now, but pushed in. But. How to be friends with a cat. I've been thinking of getting an Instagram for the cat, but I'm such a crap photographer that I don't think I'll do her justice. You're cool, Astro. Yeah, my cat's really cool. She's a sweetheart. She'll sit on my lap and hang out, and she because I'm the warmest person, my heart. So she likes me the best. That's not true. Could be mistaken. Oh, make a Mechacracy post face scan somewhere. Himself, that would be really fun to put on my website. I wonder if I could get auto face scans to post it to the website or to an API that hits the website. That'd be pretty cool. Pennant Gamer, thank you for the subs. You rock. Pennant Gamer also supports the Discord. Pennant Gamer rocks. Rocks the socks. Bye, old sub. Are you going to bed? Did I finish my story about rest? I don't think I did. So I just finished pushing a feature, and we were talking about how, because we're a startup, a lot of the stuff happened really fast. And so a lot of the business logic is in the Blade templates. As you know, it's pronounced Rust. Give that kid a cigar. Dota 2, that's hilarious. Playing Civ on the side, but distracted. All good, Pinnock Gamer. You do you. So now that we have a whole lot of we're growing as a startup, so we want to move basically all of our data to a REST framework. And so I just need to start thinking in more RESTful kind of way. It's amazing. I love it. That's awesome. Enjoy the blue pill, Sloppy. And so that's why I want to work on stuff. I can continue to do this felt tutorial a little bit, but I want to try to apply it maybe to Soapbox. So what I was thinking of doing is sort of redefining my little piece of Soapbox, which I guess a lot of you don't know what Soapbox is. So Soapbox is this app that I worked on when I first started. I heard something. What'd you hear, Josh? So Soapbox is a certain word. Oh no, did you ban a word? Hold on a minute. Did y'all ban a word? Did you hear svelte? Is that what you heard? Is that what it was? But it was also Django REST framework, because apparently I'm going to go back to Django and try to learn it fully. Oh, yay! I'm sorry for that sound. I hope I didn't clip. Oh, yeah, everybody. So Josh just reminded me, don't forget, I already have learned Django Pizza Force. And listen. Look, it's Pizza Force coming in with suggestions on what to learn. You know what? Instead of that, I think I'm going to make can I unlearn it? Yeah, I can try. Hold on. Let me go back to, I want to make a channel point. Can I make a channel point really quickly? I want to see if I can do it, because I kind of want to make a channel point redem that says I have to change the whole my whole app to a different framework. I think it'd be really funny. Once you know Django, you swap frameworks. Yes, Dota, that's it. Like, swap frameworks. Please don't learn Next.js. But I won't do that. So I actually do want to learn Django and swap frameworks because I think I just don't like the organization as much. Like, I don't like thinking in features. I like which I probably should anyway. Like, it's not a bad thought. I'll be sad. Fish will be happy. I'll be sad. If what? I'm jumping all over the place. Chrissy, Community Critiques Code is on January 10th. So submit your stuff. I don't care if it's WebAssembly. I don't care if it's Svelte. I really, Josh, I hope, I actually like, I'm excited for yours because I love SVG. The change framework language redeem himself, I'm going to make it like 1,000,000 points. I'm not going to do it for real. It's going to be like 500,000 points. You have to literally be as committed to my stream as I am if you want to do it. So I think it'd be really fun. Yeah. So Dota, let's talk about that for a second, because I've learned a little Django. I've learned a little WordPress. I've learned a little Laravel, learned a little Vue, not React and Angular. That's a no. .NET, so I haven't done any .NET, but I know a ton of VBA. They're the same. No, they're not, but still. Custom PHP, yep. In almost the order I learned them, that is the ideal path. Yeah. I did Python. So I did Python by itself, so weird. I could learn Laravel. I like Laravel. I am learning Laravel. I left my VBA out of it. Yeah, don't talk about your VBA. AJ7367, is that Leet? I hope not. Lebel. I don't think it's Leet speak. If it's Leet speak, I'm not saying it right. AJ, we'll say AJ. BRB, setting up my browser to auto join when you stream so I can farm points. Okay, yeah, just get like a bot. Python, let's go. 3.5 years of VBA. I thought it was similar to web dev. I mean, they are objects. AJ is fine. Okay, good. Well, welcome on in. My cat right now, she does this every week. She tries to sit in a box of Legos until she like realizes that like this isn't comfortable, then she'll like climb out of it again. But right now she's trying to find her place in a box of Legos, like a good spot. It's ridiculous. They both have if statements. No, they're objects. I mean, technically, VBA is supposed to be, it's like, it says it's OOP. It says it is. We are creating our own custom objects. Is VBA object oriented? Ugh, blech. Objects. I mean, ish. Yeah. And there are properties and methods. Yep. You just can't see any of them. You make modules. I mean, kind of. What am I studying? Back on topic. Woo. Sorry. It's not very OOP. I agree with you. Hello, what am I studying? Blue Raven, today I'm going to study REST frameworks. So, my Ubuntu is open. My Ubuntu. I learned .text, yeah. VBA is scary now. Yeah, VBA should go far away, and every company that's large and based on VBA should try to change that. VBA is terrifying. I think mostly because, like, look, there is like zero way. I mean, maybe it's not zero way, but there's almost no way to test your VBA. There's no like, wait, before I say this, maybe I should check. I know we shouldn't be talking about VBA, but, you know, I know a little bit about it, so. This is not, no way. Yeah, look at this. Nobody knows. No one knows. No way. Kind of. Oh, look at this. App.run macro name. Maybe. I don't know. I've just never built a VBA module for testing. Probably my bad. VBA haunts people in their dreams. I agree. I agree with you. I know himself. Like, why? I gotta open a different Visual Studio. So hold on a minute. Popular. You're gonna be Nope. Can't do it. Popular. Laravel Blade Fam. Okay. No, it's still Ubuntu. I'm still in WSL, which I don't mind, but I guess I could just code. I don't see a reason why I can't code. I mean, it's not gonna matter, right? But I don't know. Hold on. How do I get out? Is my Docker off? Has my Docker just been on this whole time? It probably has. Yikes. What am I using for building Learning REST API? I am going to restyle a very basic program that I'm making. It's really just a small piece of it. I'd like to build an app someday that's kind of cool. And so I'm gonna reshape that into REST framework. I haven't really thought about how to do that, so some of it. PH, I'm glad you like the bubbles. Hold on. Let's see. Next, she'll make us design a WordPress database. Ew, no, I won't. An ad hit as I trigger bubbles. Oh no, Condarsa. No. I don't know what that is, Dodo. What the hell? You mean like, yeah, I guess I've learned some of it. Anyone else lagging? I'm not lagging. Oh. Condarsa, are you back? Or are you just doing bubbles from the far? All right, let's get out of WSL, which is something I never really thought I would say after I was in it, right? So let me see what's going on with Docker. Bubbles! So happy. It looks like I exited it. So then why is my like fast, like why is my short, oh, that was too much of a warning. It's like, interesting. My lights are gone. I thought my lights went out. So REST, what's involved with this mastery business? All right. Yeah, that's a good thought. So I guess part of it, Pylang, is gonna be thinking about where to serve the API. I know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. If there's anything worth, other than Next.js, I'm thinking Solid.js would be the moon. Worth learning. Oh, well, look, here's the thing, Pizza Force. I work a PHP at work. So that's what I'm gonna like I already have like a basic small little app, not totally created in Django, but like I might as well start from there, right? I can always refactor. What's the existing step for this app you're playing with today? It's Django. The existing stack is Django. And Django, and I was going to do Svelte, but I just got like freaking lost. I was just like out of it. I didn't know anything when I first started this thing. I was going to do Svelte for my front end, and instead of Jinja, which I could just do Jinja and then whatever, probably vanilla JavaScript, but I could do, I think I'm going to do Svelte. And then I'll do Django, which I don't really know what the REST framework is like, but I'm guessing I'll do a picture. Yeah, Pyling, give me a sec. Let me just try to open friggin' VS Code normally. Like, can I just open it without WSL? Can I do new file, new window, open folder? No. How do I get out of the WSL version? Hold on. Let's do a quick Google. Jujulit. So Old Sloppy and I are having a discussion about whether or not we should hire an artist to finish my. I'm going aside so that I can figure out how to open VS Code after it's in WSL. This seems like a really dumb thing, but like I have no idea. Oh my God, Dota, I agree. Yes. If I use a front end like Svelte, Django does purely handle the API. Exactly. It only does the RESTful part of it. So yeah. So what I want to. So yeah. No, we're not having an argument. We're having a discussion about whether or not we should hire an artist to create more sub badges and emotes. And like because I create my own emotes, and it's like one thing that I'm really excited to do. I think I'd rather not hire someone, right? Like I'm pretty proud of them and I'm excited. So so anybody can weigh in if they think that I should keep doing. I mean, I'm slow, right? Because I have a million things to do, so it takes forever. This is going to be VS Code without WSL. This feels so stupid. In normal Windows. Look at this. Look, it's not stupid because it happens. Do it at my own pace. You think I should do them, Nana? I think so too. I think I feel like Old Sloppy will take your advice. So right now I open VS Code from WSL distro using code dot, but I don't want to do this. Can I achieve this? What are you talking about? From a regular Windows terminal? All right. PowerShell. Twitch app. And then CD. I don't remember which soapbox it was, so I guess I gotta open Twitch app instead. So if I just do code dot, this opens regular VS Code? All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Why not just make outrageous emote demands on Fiverr for $5 to $10? Because I feel connected to my emotes, not in a weird way, but like they do really feel like mine. And I feel like a Fiverr emote is gonna feel like a Fiverr emote. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't wanna disconnect. You know, I mean, it's one way to really connect with my, like the people in my chat is when when they use my emotes or when, you know, I'm like, oh my God, you like use facepalm because someone did something stupid. So it's an expression. So your choice is valid. I think so too, himself. I really want to, I would do them on stream, but then y'all get to see how cheaty I am about it. And I mean, I'm not an artist, so it'd be like being in the singing section. I don't belong there. You don't belong here. That's from, that's from Kung Fu Panda. Okay, so we are going to open Soapbox. Which Soapbox? I don't know. So Soapbox is an app. Let me do it. You're right, Pyling. And is this a time when I should change that? I think no. I think not. The sub badges I might ask someone to help with, because I know exactly what I want for those, and I can be really picky and be like, no, this is what I want. I'm just not as talented. I've tried, and it just like. But the emotes I'm connected to. All right, so let's see what kind of garbage I did. So this is one of those moments where I'm looking at my old code and I'm going to see so many things that either terrify me or that I finally understand and they're fine because I copied some code that I didn't understand. So this is actually a really, really exciting endeavor for me because I get to look at my old code. So make Chrissy go framework free. I mean, I would do vanilla. The thing with I think this is Flask. So it's pretty much framework free. The old one, the first time I started was framework free. All of it. It's so messy. It's all Python but what's funny is it's not too messy because I copied from a book. So it actually looks okay. Look at my data classes. Terrifying. This is the third time I refactored this app and I haven't even finished it. So resist the urge to fix things on the first pass. All right. I will do that. What you do is just avoid any code that's greater than 2 years old. No, I want to learn. I want to learn for myself. Look at this. My goodness. It's so old. I don't even know. What am I using here? Where is this from? I don't know. In the words of Anakin, the code does not back. It's the reading rainbow. I can go anywhere. You will try. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I shouldn't look at this yet? This was 6 months ago. 1-3. I guess it was 6. Yeah, about 6 months ago. This is actually last year. This is a year because I started this in a class for, look at this message bus. I still can't do some of this stuff. But that's okay. Like I can't handle events very well. I can, but I can't do it on my own without like a, oh my God. Is this just like how it's saved? Did I do this? I don't think I did this. It does look pretty clean, right? Ish. Yeah. Because I copied it, but I don't know what it means. Okay. So now, this was Soapbox 1. And this is Soapbox 2, which is Django. And I've got a login here and migrations. Nice. Profile model. Cool. I don't even know. Do I have any? I think I tried to make some sort of, you know, the song by Missy Elliott. Wife and I were just chatting about it. Do you think she actually sang that reverse part live or what? Blows my mind a little. Yeah, maybe. 3 hours to decipher old code, 2 hours to decide to scrap it all and redo it from scratch, 10 minutes to start doing before giving up and go to bed. Is that your prediction himself? I don't know. I think I might. Let's see. I'll read what you just said, Dota, because I don't know. The window for thinking, wow, this is trash varies by how fast you're learning. And 5 minutes to rewrite it all in Next.js or Rust or Haskell. Let's just do the whole thing in Haskell. All those in favor. I think that what I really want to do, so I've got this authenticate. I remember you remember the little like detaily things that I would, it's more like the stuff that I thought was important is still important, but I just wonder why I started with it, you know, and why there aren't tests in here. There should be tests everywhere. It's not too bad. Two-factor authentication, admin. I don't know what this is. Fadino, thank you for the follow. I do not know. What makes me excited about Rust? Nothing. Not right now. Am I using CMYK? Yeah, I am. I am. I hope so. Last time I wasn't, and I got mad at myself because I missed. Yes, I am. Disable. But I can use different ones. Here we go. Nothing's fixed. Well, now you can at least give me, you can highlight lines in my code. Can't do my themer though. For some reason, I don't have it hooked up to my token. Rust is blazingly fast. Borrow checked masterpiece. Oh, nice. I recognize. That's awesome, Fitino. Fatty in ho? Or is that, oh my God, is that right? I hope that's not right. Fadino is what I like. I don't know what, that's not how I want to say that. Need a counter for how many times people mistake you saying rest for rust. Yeah, that's hilarious. There's a command thingy for that on the top search bar thingy. There's a command thingy for that on the top bar search thingy. Oh, to reconnect to Twitch? On the top bar search thingy? Login authentication failed. Oh, you mean, yeah. The top bar thingy. I gotcha. It's not highlighter. What is it? It's themer? You're right. I forgot about this. Sign in? It didn't work. Twitch themer. Well, I don't know. You missed H, but that's hard to explain in words. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Oh, don't bite my. Hey, Rohit, what's up? How's it going? That's all right. Don't worry about it. So we are going to open. I think we're not even gonna. Here's Soapbox. Select folder. All right. So this is the Django framework for. This is my attempt, my first attempt at the Django framework for Soapbox. And Soapbox is an app that where you get specialized recommendations for things from the people you know and their friends. So they're specific to you. And I want to try to, I have some Git stuff. All right, let's just see. Woo! This means that I like very irresponsibly haven't done a Git commit in like a really long time. What? Biling. Can I mention something? Of course. Yeah. You can. Always. We won't know if you can until you do. You've observed what? My cat? Oh, look how sweet she looks. Look at that cutie kitty. Am I super distracted today? I don't remember these commands. What commands? Get, Git, GitHub. Oh, don't do GitHub. I don't have anything public up there. I probably should, but I just don't. Okay, let's go to git ignore and get the VS Code out of there because I don't think we need it. Which I finally know what this is. I had no idea for a while. Okay, I've attempted to explain my task today and stopped halfway many times. So my task is to review my old code, try to redesign it in a RESTful sort of way, and then to Ooh, I like that look. That's a good look. Hi, Yeruda. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you're studying Python. We're working in Python today. Pylang. So sorry. And and try to run it as an API. I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know. We'll see how we're going to use it. It's probably going to be a few things that, okay, good. I will try to be more specific as I break down the tasks. I will do it. I'll do a to-do list. Do you mind if I just push these things? I helped. I'm Steak. What? Hold on then. Let me git ignore my VS Code. I wonder if I just do. Is that not going to work because I did it? Okay, no, it does work. Great. So then I do git add all, git commit. Whoa. Oh, I need a message. Literally have no idea where I stopped this code because Django wore me down. Ta-da! That probably means it's too damn long. Your editor to close the file. So then I'll do that. Git push. See ya. Brazilian brawl. I don't know. Is it best on not, but Django Framework is my go-to choice when it comes to building APIs. I've heard good things about the Django REST framework, and it's nice to be back and not terrified. Yeah, you absolutely did pester me about committing. And I'm pretty sure 2 months later. Look, it's committed. Nothing happened. It's fine. I just changed a bunch of stuff this morning, is what the truth is. That's not as false. It's so false. All right, let's close these up. And let's go find. Whew, look at this. I did so much. Or so little, depending on, I don't know. It might be good. That's some context drift. 2 months of context drift. Oh, man. I can barely recall, but it's all coming back to me. I was off key. I was like back one. And I can't remember when or where or how. Baby, baby. All right, so let's see if we have anything that will tell me something about where I stopped. I will do the portfolio someday again. I just feel like I was a little bit off. Baby, baby. I. Twitch app has, let's see what Twitch app has in it. Most of this is stuff I do on stream, so I'm not like. Grand Old Flag. The hell? Flowchart for Pylang. It's going to be a good technical diagram, but I don't know of what. It's empty. I actually think it's the Python API one, but it's not here. Let's open a different one. Hey, Mr. Anderson, thank you for the follow. What is up? How are you doing today? Google Drive device. This is the one, this is the sentiment analysis tool. Boy. Oh my goodness. Today, we're reviewing how many projects Chrissy has dropped in the last 6 months. Stay tuned for 20 more. I was reviewing drawing programs. Oh yeah, fair. Open from device. The CSS project, I know what that is. Picture.draw.io. This is part of it. Okay, let's do another one. That's a very small bit of it, which is probably good for me. Let's see what else we got. Category app. What the hell is that? Yeah. Add category, filter items by category, delete category, update category name. Yeah, so this was, geez Louise. So this is, there's one Mamma Jamma one, but the Mamma Jamma one is for the API, I think. And I might have done it in, no, I think I did it in the Mamma Jamma one. What's this guy? Santa's apartment. Oh, okay. The Mamma Jamma one, I might have, well, that's a very high level. Oh my goodness. File open from, I think that the Mamma Jamma one is in Mamma Jamma, is in Google Drive. Picture? API flow. Nope, I already did this one. Nope, this is a different one. Look at all of these Pete with question. I remember that. Baby. Let's see if we can find this puppy. Flowchart. Flowchart is empty too. What I have a feeling that these just didn't save correctly. All right, let's go see if we can, I'm gonna pull these from Google Drive, but I don't want anybody to see. I wanna hide my Gmail, that's okay. Content creator, no. Stream priority list, positive and negative word list, choice narratives. I think it was Excalidraw. That's the most recent one. I don't think, I may or may not have had an account, and now I have to look. Let's see if I've got any. What does Excalidraw save as on your device? Export, save to. Let's see what this saves as. Excalidraw file. Oh, look at that big picture idea. Look at that. Look at that. it. Excalidraw is the best. Homepage and big picture idea. But I don't think these are them because that's too late. Like, I don't think. Where was that? Bubbles! No. Save to. Save to file. These are in, oh, my D drive. The D drive. Where everything should really be saved, but I'm terrible at it. Okay, users, Twitch, media. Here we go. Excalidraw. I gotta look again. Sorry, everybody. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec here. Portfolio. Oh no, this is gonna be the portfolio. It's not gonna be the... Damn. Y'all. Open. Oh yeah, okay. Nope, that's later. So what the hell happened to it? OneDrive, GitHub, GitLab. Maybe I saved it in GitHub. I don't think so. That doesn't make sense. It's cool that you can save to browser, by the way. Oh my God, I know. What am I working on? Right now, I am just trying to find a big Draw.io file that I'm pretty sure has a whole bunch of stuff on it that will help me sort of guide my day. Let's have documents. All right, we're searching in File Explorer now. Let's see all the Draw.io things that come up. And then I think we're just gonna make a different thing. I think we're just gonna make another one because I don't think that it was for Soapbox piling. And if it was for Soapbox, I wonder if it's just right in here. I wonder if it's just right in the package here. Let's see. To do, here's my to-do list. Whoo, look at that. Okay, one. Manage. Let's close everything that doesn't resemble directory. Okay. Soapbox, authenticate friends, recommendation, invocation, recommendation, virtual env, git ignore. So it's just my to-do list, I guess, is here. All right. I don't think it was. I do think it was the big one. Well, I don't have a ton of like I'll look for 2 more minutes. It's a long time, stream time, so. Baby, baby, when I touch you like this. If it's not in Twitch app, then where the hell is it? I mean, I'm surprised flowchart for piling is empty since it's 3 kilobyte. Oh, okay, you don't think it was. I gotcha. I don't know what grand old flag is either. Criterion? What's this guy? Use case diagram. Oh, remember the criterion for all of the... Aw. Chrissy critiques code. Here, we're gonna do this. High level app, draw.io, and use case diagram. I think these two might be good. So let's go open those, because that makes sense that I would put them in my Twitch app, because that's where I keep everything. All right, here's my high level. Okay. And then let's look at the use case. Sahib, thank you for the follow. Or Sahibansa, or Sahil. Let me know how to say it. I haven't had Windows installed for over half a decade, but back when I did everything, desktop search was exceptionally useful for finding files quickly. No idea if it's still good though. Desktop search? I did everything. I do it sometimes. I just did it, but it didn't find my draw.io files. Oops, opened it twice. Silly old bear. Use case diagram. All right, so we have some things, but this is not good enough. It is not. And I'm really upset that it's a program called Everything. Oh, okay. Everything was pretty good. Yeah, everything was pretty good. Okay, I wish that we had the other one, because I feel like it was a good blueprint for Dizzy. And I actually think I might have saved it as a JPEG because Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Mecha Chrissy. Here we go. Maybe it's in here. Oh. I'm going to open my environment file. It's a good idea, I think. Damn. Shit. Excuse my language. Look at all those node modules. It's not going to be in there. Sad day. All right. Well. Baby apps? Nope. Okay. So we're starting over, but we're going to use these as a base because this is still the same. And look at this notification. Look at me being all like, oh yeah, I can send notifications immediately. Yeah, new picture time. File. New. Blank diagram. That's the only way to go. Django REST. Soapbox Django REST. All right, ready for some technical diagramming? Why doesn't it work to like SPBX? Let's save it in Soapbox so that we're not hunting all over the place. Soapbox Django REST. I'll do REST. RES. All right, save. Why is it an XML? Shouldn't it be a draw.io? I guess it's XML, whatever. Okay. All right, so the app starts with some color. Let's go with dark mode. It's prettier. So the way I always think of this app is you have to make a request first as a user, right? So there are, let's go ahead and let's do like, not really a UML type thing, but I think it will help me sort of think it through if I just have kind of like an idea of what, well, All right, we'll start with the big picture. Okay, so a user, person, sends a request, right, to their friends. I never like the actor here in Draw.io because I wonder if I should use Excalidraw. I do like it better. Let's do Excalidraw because I like it better. So we're gonna do new, open, can't? How do I do a new one? New, open, save to, export, Excalidraw, plus GitHub, light mode, English. Does anybody know how to just create a new one? Huh. Yeah, I agree. Excalidraw is it's nicer. Yeah, I don't. I don't. But let's. What the hell did I just look up? I don't see a. Hit enter to insert a new canvas anywhere you like. To start drawing, hover over the top right. That's interesting. Does anybody know how to just start a new one? That seems odd, right? I just made a new partial diagram. Oh yeah, you're right. Another one. Probably didn't even save it to reset the canvas. Is that all I have to do? Or is it gonna, I probably don't want to do that, right? Top left corner, top left corner. That's kind of a weird UI choice, right? Like, save. All right. That's the big picture idea already. Okay. Oh, okay. So we'll do soapbox. Draw.io, draw Django. Rest. Django rest. Save and then reset it. Okay, there we go. Save my bubbles. I already did. I already opened them here. No big deal. No big deal. So, all right. Excalidraw. Phew! Sheesh! All right. So the next thing we're gonna do is just make a box. User. Let's do a reel. Well, let's just do something high level and then we'll make it real. So what I'm gonna start with is a quick text of what happens that's the way I think the fastest. So a user so really what starts first is a user creates a profile, right? If you don't have a profile, you can't do anything. Then after Taco and Knit, hey, what's up? Thank you for the follow. JK, oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. 000. Oh, that's what I think of. Okay, a user creates a profile, and then their friend also creates a profile, but whatever. No, not at all himself. Okay. And then sounds good, Pylang. After a user creates a file, then is it my to-do list? A user wants to do something, wants to get a suggestion about an item they want to purchase, a restaurant, my Notion. I wonder if I have a Notion on that. They want to attend, or a sweater they want to wear. The user then opens their app and requests, asks friends for a recommendation for one of these items. Well, how do they do that? They select a category, then an item, maybe add some photos if they want personal recommendations. That's a little bit out of scope, but that's okay. Then they, unsurprisingly, there are many apps with the name Soapbox. That's kind of funny. Not my app. That's probably because I started it 6 months ago. And look at that. It's even an app to find the right app. Soapbox, find the right app. Okay, anyway, sorry. Oh, fudgesicles. Okay. Select a category, then an item, then maybe some photos if they want personal recommendations. Then they ship that request to their friends. But oh darn, their friends don't have a profile. So they either A, need to make one, or receive the request another way. But again, that's out of scope. So we'll assume they have one. Okay. So many words. I love reading. Oh, it's an entirely a custom thing. Yes, this is entirely a custom app. I kind of assumed you were working on something for the soapbox.pub. Oh, what's that? Soapbox.pub. No, that's cool though. You're the opposite. You like visuals. I just like to think through some things. If I can blurb it on there, then basically I can delete the words as I deal with them. So like what I'll do is I'll look at what I've got and then I'll move it somewhere, right? Like in a notepad or something, and then keep the rest of it here and then pop it off. Oh, no, not Discord. It's completely new himself. This is what I started. This is like, if I could make this work, I would love to just own this app and love it. And as a matter of fact, one of my New Year's resolutions was going to be to create a whole prototype for it. I mean, Finite Singularity sits on Stream and works on one app, you know, and I think that's pretty cool. And I don't do that. I am like a bouncy ball. This conversation is notable. So I think it would be really fun with an intro video describing what your app is. That's a good idea. Okay, go ahead, add it to the to-do list. Okay. So after the friend receives a recommendation via what? Who knows? Via what? A feed? A notification? Who freaking knows? Probably just a feed. Probably just a database item that says they haven't checked it yet. And then they offer their thoughts. Okay, how? How do they offer their thoughts? I don't know yet, but basically, they send user one a user, say user one, creates a profile. We'll call her Jeanette. Jeanette, okay. So then basically they send Jeanette a URL link, maybe a location, API, very scary, and a name of the item. Okay, now here comes the cool part of the app. Ready? What am I, your secretary? No. Typing words focus uses the most. Yeah, typing words does focus me a lot. It also loses viewers. People are like, yawn. No, JK. I love you all. You rock. Okay, so then the fun comes, okay? So, so this is the fun part. This is the most exciting part of the app. So, Jeanette says, wow, that was a crap recommendation, and scores the recommendation. How? 1 to 5. Yes, V, no. How? Okay. And then it started off as yes versus no because that's the simplest MVP. But I do want to make it more complex than that. And the recommender, say Jillian, how about we make it Frankie? There we go. The recommender, Frankie, gets a rating from Jeanette. That rating is specific to Jeanette and Frankie, but also applies to Frankie's global rating. Hey, what's up? Rating. And the next time Jeanette asks for advice, Frankie's suggestion will be ranked against others based on the cumulative interactions. And there are a whole bunch of like questions about, okay, what if someone has 0? Where will they queue? Whole bunch of weird stuff like that. Okay, so we've got user one. I am creating a diagram of an app that I really want to build, an app that I love. You like Jeanette's brisk honesty? Chrissy gets to tell people they suck as a Google replacement. Okay, no, a little bit. Imagine Jeanette is a brunette. Okay. So user, very simply, creates a request. That request, oh, are you like on, can you connect? Do these connect? I wonder if they connect. Do they? Oh, they do. Great. That's perfect. And these probably should too, right? I wonder if I can just, can I pair you with this? Probably just a grouping thing. Not worried about it. We'll worry about it later. Okay. Then the user makes a request. A friend receives the request. Very simply, friend receives the request, and the friend has two choices. Ignore, make recommendation. This is so much nicer than draw.io, by the way. Between the two of them, this is definitely my favorite. Okay. And then the recommendation. Oh, I missed a spot. Jeanette has to receive the link, doesn't she? Jeanette gets a list. And picks one. I think there's a flaw in the original app. You'd have to make it really fun to play with. Otherwise, I feel like you just pick one and then that's the end. Why would you rate anyone after that? Downvoting people on Hot or Not was so fun back in the day. I need some recommendations. Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. It was like a Tinder. I thought of a mix between Tinder and Pinterest and reviews, just some reviews. Obsidian. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Notion is also a good one to match with it, but taco in it. But that's not a bad idea. I just want to try to see if I can get just this first part started. So then recommendation actually gets listed. Gets saved and listed for a user. Then the user, I don't even know what the best way to do this is, but the user will then access list. Which is silly. Then the user chooses one recommendation. So this is like a subset. So here we go. So then choose a recommendation. Chosen recommendation. Chosen rec. Then they take that rec, and then so I guess this is, well, it doesn't, arrows don't matter right now. Then this rec is rated. Then the user rates the rec. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I love this app. And even you can do the Tinder of the recommendations and just have it go left or right based on whether you like the idea or not. And it's a cool idea. To be okay, no, I'm filtering through this. Oh shit, I missed that one. Oh, that's an interesting. Okay. User rates the rec. No, that's not good. Let's just do here. Oh, cool, they curve. All right, never mind. Hold on. Nice. That's lovely. That's funny. Okay, here we go. Okay, does that move? Yeah, perfect. Good. rates the rec, and then their final rating, which like friends rating. So this is like, it's funny because this isn't even like this isn't even this specific gets changed. It's modified. Yeah, so I need like actions and stuff. Like this is not how you do this, but whatever. Am I doing dev as a day job? Yeah, Artifice, absolutely. Tinder meets Quora meets Yelp. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Just realized it's basically old school Reddit, but for recommendations instead of link aggregation. Is that old school Reddit? Like, is link aggregation? I didn't know that. I thought it was like, that's cool. Maybe I'm just reinventing Reddit. Except, yeah, I guess because you get downvoted and upvoted, but not really, because like it's not like globally downvoted and upvoted. How do you go about learning a new tech or tool? What's my routine? Oof. Ask my viewers. Artifice. Okay, real answer, real talk. I try to find the most complicated piece of software that I can create, that my brain can think of, which is not very complicated. Sometimes it's way more complicated, but anyway. And I try to like apply that project to the framework. As a matter of fact, this is the third time I've tried this project. Old school Reddit was just a bunch of links that got voted on. Yeah, so this is probably my biggest, most exciting, like my favorite project. It's something I'm very excited about and I hope is a beautiful thing someday. And a lot of the reason I'm creating my own emotes is because I want to design the front myself and make it like my baby. So, but I also will do like 3/4 of almost every tutorial. And then I will try something kind of hard and apply a new. I think I did a pretty good job with Vibes. I feel pretty good about it. I do want to finish it and move it into like a real API, like server, so that I can use it on my website. But remember us little people when I complete the IPO. I don't think I will. She said it. I didn't say nothing. Which one are you agreeing with, Pailing? When you're first learning a field, you probably tend to try out a lot of tech until one sticks. But I think researching is just as important as implementing until you get analysis paralysis. That's a good one. That's such an awesome question that always deserves a consultant answer. It depends. It truly depends on how you learn as an individual. The greatest thing about the world that we live in is there are 17 million different ways for learning just about everything. That's true, but that can be really exhausting, I think. And if you start someone down a path, then they could be like, this path doesn't work for me, and then they can deviate from that path. So you're right, it does depend, but you can give someone like, okay, don't do it like me, or do it like me because you're like a glutton for punishment. Actually, a really good way, Artifice, is to just go through Advent of Code with your new tool or framework and try to do Advent of Code all the way through the 30 days. And that can be a really good way. Or even like 100 days of code, but that's a little harder because it's not as guided. So I don't know, lots of ways. Faya Drew Slurcretia. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful name. Lucretius. I like the end. Phaedrus Lucretius. Maybe. Phaedrus? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, friends rating specific to the friendship is modified. Then global rating is modified. Keep it up, girl. Thank you. I agree. You have to find out how you learn best and explore the best resources. Yeah. I am a reader. Plenty of great books on learning Python. Yeah. That's true. That's true, Josh. I agree with you. I can't get through videos. I'd rather have a book. I can't get through books. So I'd rather just do it myself. Figure it out as I go. Yeesh. Okay, so this is a fantastic start. Yikes, but doesn't have any details. Doesn't have any feature selections. Oh yeah, videos at 1.5 or none at all. Yeah, or if you can't keep up 0.75 is also okay, but only for those parts where you're like, wait a minute, what did they just do? Oh, great. Artifice. I'm really glad. That's very smart. I mean, wait, above all, wait, Josh, are you going to disagree with me on this? Just start. Just put hello world on some paper. It feels good. Just start. But yeah. Beating Chrissy to market? Oh, himself. Why? Why are you trying to beat me to market? Just invest. Oh my God, am I talking so annoying right now? I'm just whining. I'll disagree just to be contradictory. Perfect, Josh. No, definitely analyze it until you can't move anymore. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Like, oh my God, don't do that. Okay, so the rating, I gotta throw up here because, like, I don't know why, I guess global rating is a subset. What the hell? Does anybody know where it starts? I don't like that. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh my God, stop. There we go. All right, so this is kind of a subset, and this belongs to the friend. Summer is related to the friend, right? You're related. That's your rating. It's not really like I'm just gonna say that it's like related. And this is very important. And based on your friend's rating and how their friends recommend their stuff, maybe, I haven't decided yet, but I think that, come on. And I guess not. Okay. Let's just move friend over. There we go. It's a little ugly overlap. Man, I just made this hideous. It was pretty hideous in the first place, but that's okay. All right, so we'll just do this tangentially. That works. It's tangential. What was Frankie even thinking? All right, you want me to do this? Don't leave, okay? I'm late to the party. What are you working on tonight? Josh, I'm working on Soapbox. I think you were around when I was working on this before, actually, but I'm going back. I want to work on a REST framework with the app, because mostly I want to think about the back end and then build the front end. I mean, I want to build the back end and the front end at the same time, because I feel like my front end is really weak and I work on both at work. So we get to take naps. That's exactly Freedom DAO. That's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, himself. I'm gonna use my Valley Girl voice on. What was Frankie even thinking? Oh my God! Like, I'd be caught dead wearing that. That's so 2022. Just for funsies. Naps. Oh yeah, absolutely. We all need naps. Okay, so this goes here. Okay, is a mess. I'm gonna move this back over here. All right, let's make it very simple. And this is, we're gonna put this down here, even though it is related to friends. We're just gonna move it down here, because it's kind of a different entity anyway. The viewer count didn't even budge. You know they want to. They're like, oh God, thank God I'm lurking. What was that noise? Gross. Gross. I can't believe it. Okay. There are also other things in the app, but I'm going to focus on just a small feature of this first. Before, I started with the authentication part, and that was friggin' hard enough. So we'll see how it goes. So we need to add a so can I add a page? Is there any way to do multiple pages in Excalidraw? Oh. Do I just do this? Do I just move down? Is that how I do? I guess I'll just do that, right? Then I'll have a big poster. Okay, so what do we need? This is something Piling would ask me. What do we need to make this happen? Can I scroll sideways too? Oh, that's interesting. Can I grab? Let's see if there's a tool to grab. No? Guess there is, but you have to be hovering. I guess you can scroll sideways. Wait, no, can't scroll sideways, according to Arrow. That would be cool though, right? Let's see. Oh. It did move. To move, hold mouse wheel or space bar. Look at that. Look at that. Bye. Cool. Very cool. Chart done? Oh, no, I don't think so, Piling. Chart is, for the most part, I think it's a giant infinite black. No, I don't think so. I think that just this, well, maybe just this chart. I don't know. But I think this the big picture is done. Yeah, the big picture is done, I think. But maybe I need to do this. Makes request. Request is sent or queued for friend, or sent or queued to friend. Friend either action, ignores, or acts, and makes a recommendation. Then a recommendation is organized and listed. Then list is sent or queued for the user. The user then reviews the list, so there should probably be 2 arrows here, right? Well, no, I guess not, because I don't have one here. Basically, well, this is a single one, right? This is a single one. Reviews and chooses. So let's put another arrow here. No, maybe not. I don't know, I gotta think about this. Reviews. I don't know. I'm not sure how to do this. Overthinking it, I think. I think I don't need to overthink it so much. Thank you for the follow, Ying W. And 3s, thank you so much, both of you. All right, so reviews list. And then I'm gonna have this, and then chooses recommendation, selects. It's because they need to really like actively select. And then rates, tries it out. And then rates it. So, whew. what a mess. I already have this. So I'm going to actually rates. It's messier, but for me, it makes more sense. So, not sure why. Can I not arrow to arrow? Aw, come on. That's frustrating. Oh well. Me. Then rates it. Well, okay, that's fine. Okay, so then the user then reviews a list, selects it and tries it out. Hold on, selects it and tries it out and then rates it. When they rate it, like I'm missing all the system stuff in here, right? All the system stuff is just not existent. This is all user interface. Friend rating changes. Rates the rec, changes the friend's rating based on all their recs, changes their global rating. Then, actually I missed something. Well, the list is organized here. And then this changes their spot on the next recommended list, which is actually behind the scenes. So it's business logic-y. So, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of doing business logic. Looks busy enough. Yeah. Fair point. Fair point. Okay. So then now let's drill down into a what's the word? I would say feature, but a domain. Yeah, domain. Needs more buzzwords, maybe not. Okay, so I just said one. Domain. User logic. Oh, good idea. Okay, and start a new one. That's a good idea. Save to disk. Let's open a new folder. And let's call it Soapbox diagrams. Okay. And we're going to call it user logic. Okay. It's a good name. Thank you for the good name. Idempotent. Okay, and we'll start a new one. I think I'm going to pop this off here. How come I can't select it? Why is it getting mad at me? Oh, is it because I see? I'm going to get rid of this. Okay. So now we want a new Excalibur. So do we just reset it? Or do we do a new save? I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. Do I reset it and then resave? Probably, right? Yeah. Risky. Okay. It doesn't autosave, right? I need to check it. I may have just ruined my entire open. Perfect. Okay, good. All right. Oh, interesting. All right, reset. Confirm. Okay. All right, so the next thing is so if I open an Excalibur here, does it just open the same stuff? Control O. Look at that. Like if I do this here, does that, it does open it everywhere. That's a little bit annoying because then I can't compare them. Does anybody not like that? Oh yeah, of course. Oh, you're great, Astro Singularity. You rock. Thank you for hanging out. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but but thank you for saying that. That's very kind words. Thank you. All righty then. The next thing that we're going to do is, okay, this is kind of ridiculous, but I really want to see this while I'm using it. So I have to put it here. All the logics. I guess another way is call this all the logics and just make a copy in the same file. Options. I'll just reset it. Okay, so now we've got this, and we need to think about one of these items as a domain. So we can choose the recommendation or the request for the domain. And I mean, the recommendation has the most action, but the user still creating a profile is still really hard, you know, when you think about it and you drill down. So I think actually I'm going to start with request, because that has, you know, the create element and the sent or queued element. Boy, that's ugly. Hey, kitty. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Okay, so we're going to start with the request domain. And I'm going to, I'm going to use some materials, books, to just look at a good domain model, so that I'm not going too far off the rails with, oh, look at this. High level, separate systems. Look at all these systems. Crazy. Context diagram for the allocation service. Context diagram. That's what that was, a context diagram. I don't know if this is a useful tangent, but Excalidraws. Oh, really? That's cool. That is useful information. I may do that. Okay. All right. So now, according to this book, the next thing, so I did this, see this is the, like the domain modeling part of it, where you ask, get educated. Is there an app called that? Get Educated? Because I could use a Get Educated app, no joke. I'm always looking up how to like remove a commit. JK, not really. I don't do that. But I do like, I like Git Stash. Today I tried to Git Stash a single file and I figured that out. That was cool. So teach us the domains. All right. So we're going to start with the request domain. All right. Request domain. And that, Git Stash is neat. It can eat your changes sometimes, so careful. Really? And just disappear them. I didn't know that. That's cool. I mean, it's not cool. It's interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay. So, all right. So how do we... So, all right. So one of the things that we have to be careful of is request is very similar to API. So calling it magical. Oh, get apply? Oh, neat. Okay. All right. I'll try that. That's cool. Now, the more you know, right? Okay, so the request is, crap. We can't call it request. We need to call it something else. It's called request on the other page, but we need to change the domain logic because it's very dumb to write a request module in a Django framework or any framework really. So one of the things we called it was a recommendation invocation, but I don't. It's long and wordy and will be insane in tests. So, and it's really important to name things correctly. So what do we want to name it instead of a request? So when I'm asking my friends for advice, query, still not great. What else? The Beast Kid. Hey, the Beast Kid, Kevin. What is it? What is it, Piling? Yeah, I'm trying to think. This is something that I thought about a lot. It's a query. It's a request for a suggestion. It's a, it's hard when I've been working with an address, not an address. Query. It's interesting because when you like a search, it's kind of like a search. It's a personalized query. It's a active searching. It's an exploration. It's a probe. Forage. Scour. A quest. A quest is kind of a neat idea. Quest could make it a little bit like an RPG. What does it do? It poses a question. It's a poser. Probe your friends. Oh, it's a, well, let's see. Probe your friends. A hunt. A hunt. Chase, pursue, stalk, course, search, look, seek. Pun. Seeking recommendations. Yeah. An inquiry. Oh, that's a good one. An inquiry. I guess inquiry is probably the best. Posit. Asker. It's an asker. We're going to ask it. Exploration, post, search, scrutiny, study, inspection. I think inquiry. All right, so we're going to call it an inquiry because that's really close to request and does not have any software development implications as far as I know. So what is an inquiry? Well, an inquiry is a request for, it probably very exactly is a request. It's probably a post to a database. Honestly, that's what it is. Okay, so an inquiry is a it really has three main things, right? Main elements. I think this is where I'm gonna pull. Can we do UML in here? Probably not. You got to make everything yourself. Let's see. Go. All right. Let's do left align. Oh, nope. That one should be middle align. And then we'll add another text right here. And this will be left align. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going for another tool. I just have never done like You mean you don't think I need like a UML? You think I should just like write what an inquiry does? You're probably right. Yeah, but I want to think about, you know, how it sort of splits, how it separates and what it needs. Okay. All right, I'll take your advice. I don't know why I deleted it. Thank you for the follow, Latjor. All right, so what does an inquiry do? An inquiry sends a message. Sends a message from a inquirer to a recommender. So how long until Mecha Chrissy can create Excalibur graphs? I think she already can, let's be honest. I think she is right now. And this, and what does it have? What are its components? All right, what does it have? It's got two. Let's do like a quick copy on these. So, okay, an inquiry has a category associated with it. Sub to that is a item or requested, or a, I guess it's sort of more of a subcategory than it is anything, but let's just do item for now. And it's got, that's it. I mean, that's all a request has, a category and item. It has like a user. It carries the user information. Right? So it has a user ID. But like really, it's not that complicated of a model. And then if you or me, I'm going to cheat and I'm going to see what else I put in there. I don't think it's a lot. Let's see, recommendation invocation. Oh, good heavens. Wow. Models. Had a category, an item, and a request. Category, item, oh, budget. Oh yeah, I forgot. Budget details deadline. Oh, that's right. Remember I used to say that? Budget details deadline. User. Category item, budget details deadline. That's right. I forgot about that. Man, I really thought this through. I'm glad I had that. I seriously am so glad, because I would have been like, details. What'd you say? How long until, oh wait. Okay, but using a flashbag as an interface between bot and web app is pretty inefficient. I don't know what a flashbag is himself. What's a flashbag? Oh, a flashbag. Oh, I'm the flashbag. I see. I see. Thank you. Yeah. Do you want me to just ask ChatGPT? Okay. Creation date. That's pretty important if there's a deadline. Creation date. Delete a date if we want one. Jeez Louisa, there's so much. Hey Jay Cass, what's up? I am Mecha Chrissy. All right. Can I just do this? No. See, I do find it like a little inconvenient that I can't just like, oh. Okay. Sorry for the like, why does it go back to 1 every time? So messy. I don't like how not straight that is, but we're gonna ignore it right now. What's up, the sky? All right, that's a big model for such a little thing. And then category has its own model. So we're gonna like buzz that out. And that's actually the only thing this has is this is a list of items. So we're just gonna describe it here, I think, rather than, what is it? It's a list of items. It's a database of items, right? This UML, I don't know what this is. This is something. It's something. I'm trying to kind of UML it, but not really. I'm just trying to I'm trying to scope out my project. It's a big deal because I love this project and I want to do it. And yeah. So, all right. So an item has 2 things. Can I hyperlink to other parts of the drawing? Maybe. You mean if I had pulled it over instead? That's interesting. I don't know. Looks like it. No, that's just a different font family. I'm not really sure. There are definitely layers, which is interesting. So it's probably really fancy, like once you live coverage, help, open. Well, yeah, thinking rather than making a huge complicated graph, just make an overview, then link to smaller parts. Bubbles, yeah, Visual Nate, I'm glad you like them. I'm gonna make little ones for the chat someday, but it takes me forever to get one ready. I don't know. Oh, here's a hyperlink. Okay, cool. Looks like there is a hyperlink. But the thing is, I don't want to hyperlink to my C drive, right? So I'd have to have a library for the, yeah. I mean, I did open a new one. Can you hyperlink to other parts of an Excalibur? Text hyperlinks. Looks like it's an issue in GitHub, 1205. Cool. I don't know when it was made though. Excalibur native. There's a plugin. Oh, an Obsidian plugin, like Taco mentioned, Taco Init. Cool. So maybe you can do it. I've never used Obsidian before. Huh. I'm gonna get distracted if I... Yeah, I'm gonna get... as I notice myself getting distracted slowly. Okay. So this just has a category ID. And these are in no specific order, right? There's no sort of level of importance here. All right. And this, okay. And this is just the name. And I wonder, no. I wonder if I ever want to create a relationship between the like a sort of cache kind of item, like items you've tried and things like that, you know, for the user. I'll think about it for the future. Mostly ID. User info is going to be mostly ID, and I'll worry about this model in a different scope. Budget details, creation date, deadline, deleted date. These should be in a different order. Look at that, that's funny. Let's do... And just, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so there we go. My website or something else? This is something else. I'm not doing my website right now until I can get a better grasp on what I want in it. I do want to create svelte components for bubbles. So I will do that. But this, yeah. Himself, that's what it is. My master plan for turning the world into an army of Googlers. So I don't really want an army of Googlers, but I mean, like, people know that I love cheese, right? One day I'll learn websiting. I cite a web. Did you cite that web? Okay, great. So this is part of the domain. So what we need to think is what happens to an inquiry. So like this is something that I haven't really thought about because like it's not really I think all I wanted it to do initially was I sit on websites, web sitting. I babysit websites all the time. So yeah, so this isn't the only okay, Piling, if you think, actually these are properties, right? So let's split this into properties and then methods, right? Let's pull this over here and call this properties. I like this over here. I've built it kind of to be on the right, haven't I? So we're gonna call this properties. And then, yes. Is it time for me to go to bed? Is it time for me to get a watch? Software as a service? No, Visual Nate. This is going to be like a social media site. Kind of. That's my hope, is that it's more like a social media site than it is like a software as a service. Where is that to-do list from an hour ago? The old one? You talking about the old one? Or my, wait, the old one. You mean the old one. Okay. The to-do list. To-do. It's all done, probably. The one where I was like, this isn't it. Is that the one? This one? Yeah, my goodness. Svelte versus React versus Vue with Node. Look at this. Look at my due dates, y'all. Oh my God, due dates. Oh, where you were like, make a to-do list. Did I? Oh man. So this is like years ago you're talking. Let's, is it a social advice app? So not only, yes, it is a social advice app. That's the idea, Visual Nate. But it's not just a social advice app. It will be more, so here's the motivation behind it years ago in the stream. Well, why don't we go to Notion? Because I love Notion and I'm getting used to it. And I think I can use Markdown and Yeet database from repo. Look at this. Just messing, keep going. Do you mean the Discord to-do channel? No, not that one. I have thought through some of these things, but man, look at this baby. I love this app. Anyway, all I was saying is that I really want it to be about people understanding other people and learning more about them. And so like if you send yourself like purple, you know, send your friend a purple sweater, right? Like, and you're like, hey, I think this would look great on you. And you're right. and they've never seen purple before on them. And they're like, yes, I loved this purple sweater. Like, please send me more things. It's like a mix of like Stitch Fix and what kind of cheese. Oh my God. So I have a friend who doesn't like gorgonzola, but loves other cheese, right? And if they go to a cheese shop, someone is going to recommend gorgonzola to them, or they'll say like, hey, let's see, audit button colors, recommendation. Here we go. Not started. Who's Shelly? I don't know who Shelly is. Why is Shelly on my task list? Like, who is this person? Shelly the brunette? I don't think so. Yeah, right? I just think it's going to help people vomit. Yeah, it is free labor. Yeah, I guess free labor, right? Open and side peek? Like, who is this? Is this all of Notion? Did I fuck up? Bye, Josh. See you. Sorry I didn't do any spell. I will, though. This is one of those streams where I just have to focus. I hope your sweet tea came out, by the way. I don't think Shelly ever was real. I think that's a fake person. I think that's a made up person. All right. Slaps. We have to come up with a new name, I guess. Okay. Oh, no, I don't want that yet. I want description, which I'll do later. This needs to be a header. Bubbles! Ishan, hey, what's going on? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. I forgot that it's January 3rd, my first stream of 2023. How cool. Chrissy tasking staff before she has staff. That does sound like me. It does sound like me. All right, so a description, and then a feature list, and then a to-do. Actually, let's just do heading. Task list. Oops. Tasks. And this will be, I guess I will make it a table because this will be big picture tasks. Table view for new or existing data. Simple tabular. Table view. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do that. Woof! Why does it populate all tasks? And I want this to be, I don't want this to be called all task. Rename. I'd like it to be big picture, product. Yep. Okay. And then look what you did, Piling. Cool, though. How's it going? Ishan, it's okay. I get distracted by every little thing. Every little thing she does is distraction. Everything she do just turns me on. Okay, it's always going to be Chrissy. Always Chrissy. Audit button colors. Like, I absolutely don't want to do that. So what I do want to do is create a, what is this called? Specification and requirements. Specs and requirements, baby. Probably not, just for a feature. Let's do for the request feature to start. And then we'll do the same thing. Andy Pizza Guy. Ishan, thank you for the gifted sub. It should tell me, it should say Ishan gifted. Andy Pizza Guy, if you're in here, welcome on into the stream. Thank, or into the smack. Thank Ishan for the lovely gift sub. I wish I could do a rate, like, I'm gonna try to make my own music. Okay, that's all good. I'm sorry. That was too much. Sorry, it's too much. Okay, so the request feature, and then the build for the, this is just gonna be, man, taskless, am I right? I should not give up my day job. Aw, thanks himself. I don't think I should either. Definitely should not do DJing. All right. So after I do specs and requirements for the request feature, I want to build a wireframe, like, but a working UI. I know that's silly, right? Right? But I think it's a good idea because then we can look at it and make sure. Not a working UI. What is it called? It's a wire. It's called a wireframe and demo for the UI. And then I can just do the back end and fit it in to the UI. So the next thing that I want to do after that, just for the request feature. Request. Oh my God, I'm calling it request. Don't let me do that. Inquiry. And then, I don't know why this should be document, right? Why does it have the wrong icon? Can I change the icon? I guess I can't. I don't know what this is, search. Like, why is it search? And let's make some realistic due dates for this stuff. I'm gonna keep learning Svelte, Ishan. I wanna use it for my front end. So, oh, Vimic, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. So excited to have you. I am using Stream. I use both, and I use Cruise Control. I use all different things for alerts, actually. Bump the deadline. No, I think it's very important. Otherwise, I'll never finish. Okay, so anyway, so wireframe and demo. Then we're going to make a test suite because I don't want to start this until I know what it needs to do. And I think I can do test-driven development if I really focus and put it first. And I know that's silly. No, yeah, no. Go ahead, make suggestions. I will probably follow them and get distracted. So no, oh my God, himself. Thank you. So sorry. Can I bake you cookies in 2 weeks? Yes, absolutely. Can I get them to you in 2 weeks? Maybe. I don't know. It depends on how far you live. But absolutely, I can make cookies in 2 weeks. Wait, why? What does that have to do with anything? Bake piling cookies. Cookies. By 1/18. It's not Wednesday. Oh, it is, right? Wednesday or Tuesday? If I ask, can you make me a rocket in 2 years? Could I? Probably not. Likely no. Are you going to scare me, himself? Are you going to ban request? Okay, did that just work? Okay, perfect. Bake piling cookies in 2 weeks. You can make the cookies because you know the steps. Well, that's a good point. So maybe I'll leave them out. That's a good point. Can I just not delete this? What the hell? Delete. How do I delete it? Oh, there we go. Sorry, piling no cookies. No, I don't know all the steps to the project yet, but shouldn't I? There is a very full-featured bot developed for free by a group of VR community. It's very flexible and you might want to check it out. Okay, go ahead. Is it a soapbox ad? What is it called? Visual Nate. I see you are a visual person, so I'm sure you know VR. Okay, but piling, I think that having a goal. So what if we don't call it a due date? What if we have a goal date instead of a due date? Okay, thanks, Visual Nate. Or what about a first review date where I review and reanalyze how long it's going to take me, or maybe something like that, and then a goal date. What do you think of that? Like if I add, and then I add another date column, and that date is goal date. Because then, and then goal review date, right? I can just reassess or assess goal date. I think you're right, but I think I should have some kind of I mean, you're right. Okay, if you want that, no problem. How about decide on the dates after you're done diagramming? Oh yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. All right, so then the test suite, and then we will, because based on the wireframe, that will give us some ideas of what needs to be. Oh, I also need some use cases and tests. I think I'll do that together. And then I'll do the backend development. Look at that. Look at how long it takes me to get to the REST framework. That's sort of silly, isn't it? It's not really learning REST Django, is it? Hey, Alan, what's up? REST framework. That's going to be a while. Maybe it's not, though. You know, who knows? Maybe it won't. Especially if I just do it for the inquiry. Maybe I could do this in one day. Who knows? But Alan, if I just make progress on a thing, this is the thing. This is my love affair, right? This is soapbox, baby. Like, it's different. It's different. It's a passion project. That doesn't mean I'm going to do it more often, though. But, you know, it's my love. So, yeah, no, it's not started. And I guess what I can do is not put the deadlines in or even assign them to myself until this first one is done. And I don't need a priority. This is stupid. Delete. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I'll take this guy out to clear. And gold 8 we'll talk about later. Maybe. Maybe I could, I don't think I need a description, but maybe I'll use a hyperlink to like notes and link to details or something like that, right? Notes, text. Okay, perfect. Why doesn't it just let me, okay, and then, wait. Notes. To everything turn to, what? What do you mean a property name notes already exists in this? What? Does anybody understand what's going on? A property name notes already exists in this database? Well, where the hell is it? I don't see it. One comment. What is my comment? Don't get distracted. Don't delete properties. Three lines, 2 minutes tops. All right, I'll finish. I don't freaking know. Whatever. URL. Okay. All right. Fine. Perfect. I don't know where my notes are. They keep disappearing. Maybe they're here. I don't know. It's 5 a.m. already. Oh no, himself. Go to bed. Hang out forever, but also go to bed. Okay. I know, but you know, this is just the task. This is just the beginning, you know? I don't like how wide this is. I'm going to take gold 8 off. Assess progress. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm all done. Now we're going to go back to inquiry and we're going to talk about the methods. So, yeah, Notion. This is Excalidraw. This is Notion. Yeah. What is Soapbox? Soapbox is an app that I'm building. Well, kind of. That is, I'm trying to like have a social media-ish website where you get suggestions from your friends about things you should try, like local cheeses or good restaurants in the area, or a new sweater or a new color, kind of like Pinterest, but specific to you. So I love tea, right? I love tea. I just got a ton of tea for Christmas and I'm not even upset about it. It was like, there's so much tea, but I love it all. And so, but I don't like rose teas or floral teas. And so, if I asked a bunch of people like, hey, can you recommend a new tea? I want to try something new. And they recommended, a floral tea, I might say like, okay, this was okay, but like, I don't think I'll, take your recommendation for the future. So, okay. Thanks, Visual Nate. So yeah, and it's not just about tea or cheese. It's about books. Actually, the whole idea started from a book I really love called Orconomics. The book is written by J. Zachary Pike, a fantastic person and author who's been writing this book since he was in high school. And Orconomics is one of my favorite fantasy books of all time. Yes, rooibos is delicious. Um, and so I met him at a conference at a like, Comic Con kind of thing. And I said, like, how can I support you? And he was like, well, I've got a Patreon, which is fine, but like I'd rather make an investment. And so I was like, how can I make an investment in people or things that I like and make money off of it, right? Because like it's hard to live in this world right now without money. And so I thought, okay, maybe I'll make a recommendation app where you get affiliate money if you thank you for the follow, Lormis, if someone else buys it or whatever. But then I'm like, okay, that's it's okay, it's an okay idea, but where's the motivation? And then I was like, well, like I'm always looking for restaurants that and always disappointed by Yelp reviews and Google reviews. I'm like, these people don't know what I like. They don't know what I want. I want something. I want to like ask people who know me, who have been places, and I want to ask them casually. I want to say like, hey, I want to try a new place in the area. Like, let me know I'm going to go out on Friday. And they just, casually give me recommendations. And then I rate those recommendations and I say, that was great. And the next time they recommend, they have some like input on what I like or what I don't like. And they'll, be ranked based on how well they recommended those things to me. So like if I have someone who's like always spot on what I like, then I'm going to rank their recommendations indirectly will show higher on my list because I'll know, because they just know me really well. And that could be a surprise. People pick out like these, I mean, sometimes I go shopping and will get a dress recommendation to me and I'm like, oh, this like will look horrible, but I try it and I'm like, actually, this is fantastic. I love this. And it's always surprising. So I think that, the way I want to shape it is like creating relationships through like knowing one another. And so that's the idea of Soapbox. And it came from like wanting to be on a soapbox and telling people what I love and getting them to also be a part of what I love. So that's kind of where it came from. But so yeah. Oh yeah, I know, Alan. All right. I'm just getting back into Soapbox. So I will get one up. I think it's really cool, Ishan. I'm really excited about it. Like, I'm so excited about it. I've like talked to people about prototypes and, I think it's cool. I love it. So, okay. So now we're going to talk about methods. But thank you for saying it's a cool idea. Every time I've ever talked about it, I'm always like, I freaking love this. Legit couldn't remember if that was a command or not. No, it absolutely needs to be a command though, Alan. It should be. I should just make one right now, but no, I'm not going to do that. So, all right. So here are some things, like these are things I haven't really thought of because inquiries are requests, right? Or what they were. And I've only really thought of creating a request, but there are a lot of other things that probably can happen with a request, like, for example, like Frankie recommended me this sweater and I was like, oh my God, are they for real? But like, I tried it and I think it's really me. Sorry, I got there late. Okay, so methods. So obviously your regular REST methods. So this is create, read, update, and save. Delete. Which is really, I'm just gonna say save. Well, I guess you can save on update and create. Okay. So your basic CRUD. And then there's also like put and post, right? Or put. That's update. And then there's, I know there are others. There's like the side ones that I don't think about ever. API actions. What are they? Requests. Let's see. No. Ah, no. Is that himself? Oh, that's Wolf. Hey, Wolf. What's up? How's it going? API get post put delete. It's pretty much, I guess it's just CRUD mostly, right? Patch. That's the one. Patch. Patch. There are lots. I think there's a put in here somewhere. Gosh, blaming me. Well, himself, you said that you were saving up. So how will the referrer be incentivized? Who pays them? So 3 even. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want it to be about that anymore. I would love to have like some, like I thought so hard, like how do I make this where like people actually make, I mean, I guess you can have affiliate links on your profile. I mean, I'm not going to stop that. Certainly people are going to be able to like edit their profile and say like, this is my most highly recommended restaurant and my most highly recommended cheese. And these are actually my favorites, which are not my most recommended, you know, those kind of things. I just hacked, so I feel lovely right now. Hacked? Like threw up? Are you okay? Are you sick? Or you hacked like, no, you mean you're sick. I'm so sorry. That's gross. I'm gonna guess no. Oh, I just hacked some Python code. Okay, good. I'm like, oh, I mean, I feel better after I throw up when I'm sick, but I'm so sorry you're sick. Can you imagine if, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Hacked the shit out of it. Good to know. All right, so obviously the regular methods, but I think I should think about these more as actions than resty, just because I'll have to describe them a little bit. So creating a request. We're back at Soapbox, Wolf. I need a drink or like food. I don't know. Maybe I should stop streaming soon. And I haven't done a single thing in code though. Maybe I should move to the Svelte tutorial after I finish these methods. But congratulations on your hacking. So read is not going to be, this is going to be view. And then it's going to be +1 for doing the codes. Oh yeah. I can do some Svelte tutorial stuff. I don't have 2 cups with me? No, I don't have any cups. I have no cups. I usually have like 4 or 5 cups and I have no cups right now. Okay, create view. Change. Like I haven't, it's interesting. And delete. I haven't thought about this. All right. So these are your basic CRUD ones, but are there any other methods? Pylang. But then but look, I have a cat on my lap. All right, it's a redeem. Okay, all right, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're due. There's some good people on. Okay. BRB with camera. That's not what I wanted to do. Camera. Blur. Where'd she go? Whoopsies. Doesn't Laravel have sort of generators to scaffold out? Yes, they have amazing generators. I would rather use Laravel than Django. But I think that, hold on, let me unblur. I think that one of the reasons that I chose to go back to Django, which I really don't want to, but one of the reasons I chose to was because, yeah, I think, well, I mean, I'd rather use Laravel, honestly, but nobody uses Django. I don't know, that's not true. Yeah, I know. I want to use Laravel. I really, really do. But I mean, I still could. I don't want to disappoint Python. Yeah. But like I am more comfortable with Python than PHP. I mean, that doesn't mean that I won't get more comfortable. Yeah. No, fair. But it is one of those things that, I mean, and now that I'm really speccing it out, I think I can start anywhere. And Laravel has Livewire, which might be cool to look at. Yeah. I don't want to disappoint Python, yeah. Oh, that's okay, Alan. Sorry, wrong Twitch. That's okay. Well, my comfort zone is probably Python, even though I'm not that good at it. Wrong pipe. Recommend Python over PHP. This is my baby. That's true. And oh, Liz, that's funny. No, well, that's okay. It's tea. I can inhale it if it's tea, right, himself? I'm looking, Wolf. I'm looking at you. You love Manta. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do love Laravel 3 even. Laravel? It is cold. You just hacked Manta though. Yeah. Well, it might be Laravel. But I thought maybe if I reviewed Django. I don't know. It's deep in the repo, no one will notice. Yeah, especially now. It's like so built up. I feel like you're not gonna have an issue. Whoa, no, himself. I disagree. I think Laravel's fantastic. Oh, but you're saying like do TypeScript or some like Rust or I'll take thoughts. What I will do is create a small recommendation app and I will send you all an inquiry and you can give me advice on, oh, I'm sorry. You can give me advice on what you think I should, what you think I should do. It's funny because it's what we're doing right now. I do have a use case. I'll keep talking about it that way too. Should I open this cheese? There exists an objective answer to the current best language and framework to build. Is it Rust? You're going to say Node, right? Node Pizza Force, that's your baby. I would like you to go in a room with a bunch of Rusties and see what they think about your suggesting. Okay, that can't be objective. Not if I don't know TypeScript and Next.js, because do you know how much longer it will take? I'm having mild Gouda cheese. Let's see how this goes. Best language discussions are funny because everyone is always wrong. Absolutely. They're hilarious. I already know JavaScript. I mean, I quote unquote know JavaScript. And I quote unquote know HTML. And I quote unquote know CSS. And I probably know PHP more. Wait, how do you know how expensive the cheese is? Ooh, it's very Swissy. That's the most Swissy ass Gouda I've ever had. Oh no, that's good. Damn, it's got a good mix. Why learn multiple languages? I am learning multiple languages. Do it in VBA? Hell nah. Hell nah. Okay, all right. Calm it down. So, what's randomly smacking on cheese? It's not random. I planned this one. I went upstairs and I was hungry and I needed iced tea. Delicious. Okay. All right. So those are the methods that interact with the, I don't trust people who don't like cheese. Coat it in COBOL. Okay, this time I'm gonna. Well, this time I want to finish it. I love this app. I want to finish this app. I should do Laravel. I agree himself. Okay. So these are your basics, right? But what do I want to do with them? What happens to an inquiry, right? It gets sent. It gets delivered. So I need some sort of like event or a handler. And also, and how do you think of that? It's not really a method, right? It's not really a mess. Is that yeah, I guess it is. A handler is kind of a method, right? Oh no, Wolf, I'm so sorry. Different kind of hack. I don't know what it means. I'm just trying to think of like the things that I have to worry about when I mean, this is more of domainy, right? So I'm trying to think of the domain of an inquiry. Like it does get sent somewhere, right? But that doesn't happen within the framework of inquiry, but it does have an action to it. Yeah, an event. Yeah, what's a handler versus an event versus I'm always thinking about that. Like really, the difference between an event, a handler, and a service is something that I think about like so often. Like, and I look it up too, and I'm like, what? I just can't. My mom was a handler when I was a wee one. I don't know what that means. Okay. All right. You should regret that himself. I know what a wee one. Okay. Let's think bigger picture because I don't want to drill down too fine without making sure that I I'm just thinking about what I want inquiry to do. I want it to get sent. How? By queuing? But what does that mean? It doesn't matter. That's like kind of a different thing. It like, that's going to be outside of the scope, right? Outside of this domain. But I guess there's something that happens that makes it be seen. But it's not a method that the class holds, right? Yeah, it is. Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think, Wolf. I'm trying to think through it. Like, the action that I want is for an inquiry to be sent or an inquiry to show up on your friend's feed, right? But is that encapsulated in by the domain of inquiry, or is it sort of managed by something else? Oh, okay. You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let me say it very, yes, I'll say it one more time. Panera D Fisk. By the way, welcome on into the chat. I want the inquiry to be yes, delivered. Oh, I'm good. I can stop. Okay. I'll stop then. Wolf, I have one if you want me to just write it out. Okay, good. I'm glad you're good. So I don't necessarily, you weren't ready. Okay, Wolf. All right, do you really want me to go over it again? Because I will. I'm really happy to. I love my app and I would love your input. So I want the inquiry to be, oh, you're just messing. Okay. All right, fine. Draw out what I'm trying to say. I want your input always, Wolf. I'm not that cranky. It's only 12:41. I only get cranky after 1 o'clock. So inquiry so like a feed is I don't think it belongs in this domain necessarily, but like your friend's feed, the person who is going to be giving you the recommendation, like a news feed or just whatever, a feed, let's say. It doesn't matter if it's a notification or a list or whatever. The 1 o'clock. Oh, nice. That is pretty funny. It's the second time I got a Rust thing today. Dota gave me one too. All right, so the inquiry needs to be delivered to the feed, which feels like something that isn't managed by the inquiry domain, but is managed by a service or a handler or something. So I guess Anonymous, thanks for gifting us up to Chrissy. Oh yeah. Well, I don't want, no, you're right. And honestly, it's because I'm like using this guy and this is object-oriented programming and test TDD and DDD and event-driven microservices and stuff like that. But like, oh, this is architecture patterns with Python. Yeah. Someone does something on their side. Yeah, someone makes an inquiry and that triggers something on someone else's feed. Yes, it it enters their feed. Oh, I have that book. Read 2 pages and stuck it on the shelf. Well, it's good beginner book. That's right. Penrad Fisk. I don't know. Payne Radfisk. I'm so sorry. Yes, that's right. So the creation of the inquiry triggers it. Okay, so let's just call it that, right? Let's actually, but it doesn't need to be in this scope, I don't think. Maybe it does, though. Like when it's created, something happens. Yeah, maybe I'll just put it here because it can't hurt. When it's created, it's sent to friends feed. Right? Like, why not? Why not just put it here because... Okay. I would love to do this, like, functional, but that's crazy. What language am I writing in? I'll decide it later. Here, we'll do a little tally. Okay. I'm not going to, Wolf. Put up the scaffolding before you've even designed the house. Am I putting up a scaffolding? If VBA isn't dead yet, why is it not dead yet? Yeah, amen. You're not in the Rust camp. You're in Python. Wolf. Oh, come on. I know this isn't a real suggestion, but I'm gonna put you here because you asked. Okay, sorry. Oh, piling. What? Wolf just said that I minused you. It's a subtraction. Oh, good heavens. Minus. Mathematics, y'all. There. Why would I write it in PHP? Because I do Laravel at work and I need the review. Okay. All right. So we send to friends feed on creation. Do we send it to friends feed on change? No. But it does modify. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh my God, that's so interesting. Shows. So it just actually creates the action to show it on friends feed. Because I don't want it to, I don't want the event to be out of the system. I just want it to show on the friends feed. Because if I send it away and I say like, hey, this is it now, and you get to do whatever you want with it, then it doesn't refer back to the model. And so I don't think I want that kind of situation going on. I think I just want it to be able to be visible on the friends feed. Ew, 9:30 a.m. Gross. Yeah, right. This is how rockets blow up on the launch pad with my deciding the PHP thing. Oh no, it's just for funsies. All right, so view, so you can view how many inquiries you have. What other things would you want to do with it when you view it? Maybe an edit, so that's a change. What else? Add photos. That's a little bit out of scope, I think, but it's probably pretty important. It will be important, like for these to have photos, but I don't know if they're going to have photos when the item is requested. I think it might be more handled by the recommendation. So changing it, deleting it. What else? I mean, I don't think the request holds very much information. So what happens when there is no request? Nothing. What happens when there is one request? It's viewed by you and your friends. Do you get to see every time someone makes a recommendation? Does it change the request at all? Probably not. Probably not. Can you prioritize it? Maybe, but that's a little bit out of scope. Oh, you do want to make a deadline, right? So there is actually a method that I don't know kind of where it lives. Ah, himself. Oh, you're pretty, Vera. I love you. Okay. Now I'm just going to use the word request, and that's just easier. Can I send a what to your dog? Absolutely, you can send one to your dog. You can send it to your mom. Okay, so something that's really important feature is the deadline. And this is when you need the information by. So there are some methody things that you'll want to, like a reset deadline. And then well, I guess that's not a reset, it's just a change deadline. And then action on deadline. And some of the actions, so it does come from a create. I'm thinking so hard about that word, and I don't even, it's not part of any sentences. No. Yes, it is, but yes. So you're right. But I wanted to have more involvement than that. So there will be actions that happen if you add a deadline. I can't stop thinking about the fucking word. It won't go away from my brain. Okay. So, all right. Let's just make it its own method. It's offshoot from delete, but that doesn't mean anything. This is just how I'm thinking about it. So this actions on deadline. And what are the options for this? I think I should make some triangular ones. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why there are 3. I'm just saying there are 3. How about this one? Decimate. Okay. So the actions on upon deadline are remove, get Google suggestions. So these are if you've reached a deadline and you haven't chosen a recommendation. And maybe that's because nobody's given you a recommendation because nobody cares and this app is stupid. It's entirely possible. And then ship to friends of friends. So this is when you're asking people outside of your circle. Oh, you're right. I spelled it wrong. Imagine being pressured into choosing a recommendation by the recommendation app. You're not pressured into choosing a recommendation. You set the deadline. I know, I thought of Ship too. Why did you think of Ship That Code? Did I just mention her? I was just thinking of her. I miss her too. Did I just mention her? I feel like I did. I feel like in the air I did. I don't know what I said, but yeah. Oh, Ship. That's what it was, Ship. I miss her too. Yeah, so it will, so you get to choose what you do when your time runs out. And this is probably going to be more broad, but it can also be specific to the recommendation. So we'll see. To the request. You know how hard I worked to stop calling it a request? I don't think you understand. Okay, so it drops it. Drops it, or it gives you top recommendations from Google app, and then it gets shipped to friends of friends. You get to pick because this opens up your privacy, and I think I wanted to save that. Okay, so this is if I say the banned word, I have to stop stream immediately. No, if I say the banned word, okay, that's fine, Wolf. Hey, Fish! I'm glad you made it back. Welcome back. If I say the banned word, I think stopping stream immediately is a good one, but I need to sleep anyway. I can't say it, non-essential fish, someone else tell you. Every time you say the banned word, you have to change frameworks. Say it so we can go to bed. I will later. It's not request. Visual Nate, what do you mean? Okay. Letting you go to bed isn't punishment. I think this is it. I think this is my baby. It's the beginning. What was your suggestion, Piling? What's your small request? Piling decided not to say. I don't want to say. I'd like to ask about some stuff you said. Wolf, if you want to go to bed, you don't have to stay awake. Okay, cool. Ship it. What am I not thinking about? I'm not thinking about, I mean, this is it. Hold on. Deleting. Passing it elsewhere. What happens when it's closed? Oh. Does it close it? Is that different than just adding, I guess I do need another, I need a close date. Yeah, okay. And maybe, yeah, I think that'll be in the recommendation, the thing that holds like who chose it. When what is closed? When the request is closed. I almost fell for that. What part of the app am I working on? The request. It's 7 a.m. Ain't going back to bed. That shit hurts. Your bed hurts? Oh, it hurts that you're not going to bed. Oh, how can I help you with that? Did I sing in a choir? A little bit. So, like an H himself? Seriously. If you'd like me to go to bed, I will just go to bed. I have to go to bed soon anyway. So, I did sing in a choir. Very funny. No, I did not. Developing an app for the 2 app stores. I used events for the graphic interactivity. I just always like the concept. Huh. No, stop, don't. Y'all are mean. Okay. It was pretty good, Wolf. It was pretty good. Okay, this is done. I feel like I have no good to-do list. I want to move this up. How can I get below it? Okay, here we go. All right. So, oh, nope. It's so ugly in the middle here. Vic MS, thank you for the follow. Vicums. I like that. Vicums. We're going to end soon anyway. So what I want to do is have hitting 3. Don't go changing to try and please me. What do I even call this? I'm going to call this some kind of graphic. Ink? Very funny. I was like, what? Does spelling it count? No. To-do list is a work of the finest art ever to touch the grass of planet. It's not really. I don't really like the task list the way it is. It's like, it's too far left. Like, I want to move it. Like, move over. It's a mess, too. So, all right. So this is, that's what I'm going to call that. Slide to left. Oh, yeah. Take it back now, y'all. And oh my gosh. I cannot not read the... Why can't this move over? Let's just get rid of this. There we go. It's better. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. So I think this is my final domain model. Then the next thing I would like to do is write some specs. I don't really need a requirements, but because it's all going to be stuff that works on my computer, but I wonder if I should really worry about that. Okay. And then, okay. Oh my goodness, you're terrible. I like have to read everything quietly now. All right, I think that this is where I am done for now. Who's that? Ishan, thank you. I think that's a fantastic idea. I don't think this is a very robust to-do list, but we'll get there. Go slowly. All right, let's stretch our legs. No, it doesn't. Don't patronize me, Wolf. It's 105. Okay, thank you. I can never tell. You're filled with sarcasm. Ooh, a side stretch. Oh, that's a good one. This is my armpit. Oh my God, that feels so good. Oh. Me? Sarcasm? Never. All right. Yeah, because it was like in the frame. It was ridiculous. Okay, all set. It looks nice to me. What? I don't, it's not only armpits. That's not why I mentioned it. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight. I'm going to, whoa, doxing yourself? That's okay. That was just Chrissy Codes. That was funny. No, it'll be okay. Only pets. Happy New Year. Yeah. Happy New Year, everybody. Let's see. Oh, Madeline went up. That's yeah. Awesome. Cool. Oh, and Kai is there too. Doing Minecraft. Kai's doing Minecraft. All right, let's go give Madeline some love because Madeline was in here with us. Alan, are you gonna stream? You want to stream right now? That wasn't personal. That was Chrissy Code's email. And I usually do on an entirely different computer. It's just when I did the Chat GPT, I tried to do it with my name and I really shouldn't have. Thank you for the follow, Speedy Astro. Welcome. Yeah, it was a good stream. I mean, it was good to hang out, Visual Nate. I mean, not you, not me. No, you know what I mean. Okay, let's go see. Let's see what Madeline is up to. Looks like console logging JavaScript. Oh, okay. 100 hours project. Lots of nulls in this array. Cool. Bug. Reviewing that bug. Let's see what Kai's doing. Kai's playing Minecraft. But Kai's so much fun. Kai's fun. Hey, Speedy Astro, how are you? Let's go. All right. we'll go see what Madeline is up to. That sounds good. We'll get set up so I can do it after one of your next streams. Oh, nice, Alan. I would love that. Ishan. Thanks for the tip, Ishan. You rock. Yeah, absolutely. Of course it is, Wolf. Happy New Year. Wait, what's upset? I don't know why. I just love When Harry Met Sally. I love When Harry Met Sally. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I started at the very beginning when I first started streaming. I was just like, oh, what are the things that I love? And that was one of them. Sorry about that. Don't worry, Mom. It's nothing. I'm so sorry. I can change it. It's so much fun. It's Chrissy just coding. She's coding. I want to hear a vibrator rating on that clip. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. It doesn't happen often, so. Oh, good heavens. I'm gonna wait until could be worse. Could have coworkers inquiring which. Yeah, so like not great when you're working. Yeah, NSFW right there. Sorry about that, but we'll take it down. Low key, kind of interested in the mine. Yeah, no, I mean, go see Hi, it's Kai. I mean, I think I'm gonna pass to Madeline, but Kai is amazing. Another punishment? Did y'all say it? I didn't say it. Oh, nice one, himself. Well, I guess I have to stop. All right, good. Thanks for the lurks and the subs and the... Ishan, I won't do that again. I'm so sorry. I'll take it down, I promise. The lurks, the subs, the follows, the tips. I'm so sorry. And all that jazz. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for supporting me as I redo Soapbox. I'm really excited about it. So anyway, I will see y'all. It's Hi, it's Kai. Here, I love Kai. She's great. So here, I'm just going to shout her out quick before we go. Bye, everybody.